Hi Virgo, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for October. I do hope you guys are all well. I am going to take a second to remind everyone that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Virgo out there. So guys, just take what resonates for you. Leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, get in where you fit in. But as always, Virgo, don't force yourself into a reading that's just not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Virgo? Virgo. Virgo. All right, Virgo, you are starting out with the Death card in reverse. You have the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Wands in the reverse. So there's something here between you and somebody that I feel like may have had like a physical ending, but it's not completely ended. However, that being said, there's still an emotional attachment, but I feel like you're just kind of hanging on by a thread. I do feel like you're trying to figure out what direction you want to move in. There's a possibility that there is somebody new that's in your energy, and I see an impatience, like you're tired of waiting for something here. So let me see, because I do feel like at some point you may have been pondering whether or not a relationship was even in your best interest, or if it was really where your future is. You really do have this energy of, you know, like, where do I need to go? What do I need to do? And I see you in this studious energy of trying to figure that out. So it seems almost like you're at a crossroads. Let me see who's in your energy. Show me who is in Virgo's energy. Show me who is in Virgo's energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. We have the Emperor. You could be dealing with an Aries. And we have the Six of Swords. So the person that's in your energy, I feel like there's no communication. There's a lack of clarity here. This is somebody who could be a business owner or a manager of some sort. With the Emperor energy, they are somebody that is loyal. This is somebody who is used to taking charge in situations. And I feel like this is also somebody who likes to control the situation. This is somebody who's very used to saying how things are going to be, and that's how they are. With the Six of Swords, though, this person is moving forward. It's almost like they're sneaking away from something in the dead of night. So let me see the energy between Virgo and this person. This person feels like there's something chaotic and they're trying to move towards peace. All right, you have the Two of Pentacles and Justice. You could be dealing with a Libra, but you don't have to be. The thing that's between the two of you, there could be something legal between the two of you, but I feel like, I do feel like you are trying to find a balance in this situation. I really do. Again, it's that energy of trying to figure out what to do, what direction to go. And I feel like you're trying to find balance here, but it's almost like you feel like any little thing could be what it takes to really upset the apple cart. I also believe that possibly due to legal implications, but not necessarily, there is an energy here of you having to kind of really balance out your money. Money could be an issue for you. You could be, you know, trying to find some sort of balance in that. The person who is in your energy, I do feel like there is some sort of an altercation with this person. Like I said, possibly legal. The two of you see things, at least from their perspective, they believe that the two of you see things from very opposing views. Everything is very black-white. And they feel that you are a good person, but that you're very aggressive. They feel like you're aggressive right now. And this is why I feel like they're not really talking. There's a lack of clarity here. Let me see what is affecting this connection. Show me what's affecting this connection. Four of Swords in the reverse. Yeah, you're both thinking about one another. I feel like there's some communication that is taking place here. Swords is mental energy, thinking, mental energy. It's also an energy of needing to heal. So whatever this is, it almost appears that there's an antagonistic relationship here between you and this person, and you're both needing to heal from that. I do see communication though, and that's going to affect, or either is going to or has affected this connection. So let me see. The problem is that it looks like the communication is coming from an unhealed standpoint. This could be communication that is happening after a period where the two of you have not talked for a minute. Your outcome, Two of Cups. Wow. Okay, so that's soulmate energy. That's coming together, and you know, both of you seeing things in the same manner, in the same way. Interesting. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ten of Wands. That's underlying energy. So what that tells me is that you're feeling very burdened right now. You may feel overwhelmed. You may feel like everything is kind of an uphill battle. You're struggling, and you know, you feel like you have the weight of the world on you. There's a need for you to clean something up, you know, but you're finding that it's difficult to get to that point. So let's clarify. Spirit, why is the Death card in reverse? For some of you, this is a connection or a relationship that has ended, and yet there's still legalities that are, you know, taking place, specifically with regard to money or finances. The Chariot and the Two of Cups reversed. Now, in the outcome, the Two of Cups is in the upright. So I do see that there's been an ending here. There is still something that is binding you or tying you together. For some of you, it's emotions, and for others of you, it is some sort of a legal issue. I do feel like you're struggling to find your balance. I feel like you're feeling very overwhelmed. This is, with the Chariot, you may have physically moved, or you may be trying to move forward emotionally. Let me see why the Page of Pentacles is here. This could also be the energy of someone new. You may have moved forward with someone new. Queen of Cups in the reverse and the Page of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, if you move forward with someone new, it may not have worked out. Yeah, I feel like you do still have feelings for this person. There's still some sort of emotional attachment, but your heart has grown cold. There's a sense of you feeling closed off to them, not really open to love in any manner. I'd also feel like you don't really want to talk to this person that's in your energy. So be very careful, Virgo, that you're not closing off your heart, because I feel like right now you have the opportunity to be with someone new, but you might be closing your heart off to that. And it's because you need to heal from whatever took place here. Let me see why the Three of Wands is in reverse. Why is the Three of Wands in reverse for Virgo? The Star card reversed and the Four of Coins reversed. Yeah, you've given up hope on this connection. So you don't feel like your future is with this person. You're trying to release this person and move forward. But I feel like your energy here is one where you're just kind of closing off. You're trying to figure out what direction you need to go in. You're at a crossroads here. And I feel like, you know, you thought that this was going to be wish fulfillment, and it's like your wishes and dreams just got crushed here. So you're releasing this. You're letting this go. You're no longer waiting for this person in your energy. Let me look at this person's energy, because there's still something that is binding you together. And that's why they're showing up in your energy here. Why is the Ace of Swords in the reverse for the person in Virgo's energy? Why is the Ace of Swords in reverse for the person in Virgo's energy? King of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles. So this has affected both of you financially, I see. And it looks like because of legalities, but this person is trying to move forward. They feel like you are very antagonistic or very touchy. And I'm not saying you are, I'm saying that's from this person's viewpoint. I do feel like this person is trying to move forward, but it's difficult for them as well. So movement is very slow. Part of that is because of lack of communication, particularly regarding legal matters, but also with regard to any kind of conflict that the two of you may have had. And I also feel like this person is trying to do the right thing. So let me see why the Emperor is here. You could be dealing with a Virgo, another Virgo, a Taurus, or a Capricorn. This person is actually holding you responsible for the lack of communication as well. They feel like that whatever occurred between the two of you, that you're at fault for it. And again, I'm not saying you are, I'm saying that's what their viewpoint is. All right, we have the Three of Swords reversed and we have the Eight of Cups. This person is healing. They may come back towards you to communicate with you. They were heartbroken though, because I feel like for some of you, you may have moved on with somebody new, even if it didn't work out. And it does look like for a lot of you, it didn't work out. But I feel like this person was heartbroken and they found it difficult to walk away from this. There's a sense here that this person is extremely loyal and they didn't want to walk away from the connection. So that's why they're moving so slowly. They've been doing a lot of healing. And I do feel like, again, there's going to be some communication between the two of you. They may be hoping that if you walked away that you will come back as well in order to heal this connection. Why is the Six of Swords here? Why is the Six of Swords here for the person in Virgo's energy? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy. Yeah, there's the conflict. Five of Wands. And we have the King of Swords in the reverse. So there was conflict. This person is still very angry about it. This is what's causing them to, try to move forward. See, the conflict, there might have been a lot of conflict in this connection because this person is moving away from conflict. But, with this King of Swords energy, they're still very angry. They're still really angry. They may feel as if, they may feel like you are the one who was dishonest in the communication, because I do see them holding you accountable, but it could be that they are kind of shifting blame as well, because there's some dishonest energy that's here. Somebody isn't being very direct, very forward. There's a lack of communication, a lack of clarity. So let me see the energy between Virgo and this person. Show me the energy between Virgo and this person. Show me the energy between Virgo and this person. All right, we have the Sun. We have the Lovers reversed. And we have Judgment in reverse. So yeah, this is an ending. This does look like it's a soulmate connection, or at least you thought it was at one point. And it does look like it might have been. But, not every soulmate that comes into your life is somebody that's supposed to stay in your energy. Some soulmates come for a season in order to teach us something. I definitely feel that one of you had a choice, and I believe it was you, Virgo, who had a choice between this person and someone else. You may have chosen to go in another direction. This person is trying to do the right thing. They just want to be happy, so they're moving forward. But there's a sense of loss here. They definitely feel like there's a loss. And this is what's spurring the anger. This is what is, creating the situation of like this antagonistic energy. I do feel like in your energy, you have no desire to get back with this person. So you're probably questioning, well, why are they even showing up in my energy? Well, it's because there's still something that has to be learned here. There's still something that is tying the two of you together. It could be, on a psychic level. It could be, an emotional level. It could be, like I said, legalities. But I feel like you don't have any desire to you know, go back with this person at all. Like I said, I feel like you moved in a different direction. Let me see why the Four of Swords is here in reverse. Now, what's affecting this connection is there's going to be some communication, or already has been. We have the Empress in reverse, and we have the Seven of Swords. Yeah, this person, see, they feel like you broke their heart. They feel like there was third-party energy here. There's deception that's here. The thing is that they're holding you completely accountable, but they haven't been completely honest either. If there was third-party energy on either or both sides, I feel like none of it worked out. There's a need here, Virgo, for you to really look at your value and your self-worth, because I feel like you don't want to give to this situation, but something else here didn't work out for you with someone new as well, and it's causing you to kind of close your heart off. It's really rooted in self-esteem issues. A need to really look at your own value. That could be another thing that's kind of tying you to this person. Now, I did feel like with communication with this person, I would be very careful, because they may not be on the up and up with their communication, or why they haven't communicated with you in a while. There is some deception here in their energy. And it could even be self-deception. They could be, you know, trying to tell themselves it was all you, when in fact it looks like it was on both sides, which, you know, so it could be self-deception that's here as well. But if this person does come back to you and they're saying, we can work this out, I would be really careful about that, because there's this deceptive energy. And I also feel like in your energy, you're not really wanting to nurture this. You don't feel like it's going to grow. You don't feel like it's going to go anywhere. So let me see your outcome, because we have this beautiful Two of Cups in the outcome. Show me the outcome for Virgo. Show me the outcome for Virgo. All right, we have the Seven of Wands reversed. We have the Five of Swords, and we have the Four of Swords. Yeah, there's going to be an argument here with this person, and it's because of another relationship. It's because of love. See, you both have this Two of Cups in your energy, so I feel like you both have moved forward. However, you've moved forward and you've released this person. You're letting this go. And you either have a Two of Cups already in your energy, which is highly possible with this Page of Pentacles. But I feel like there's going to be this argument between the two of you. And this person in your energy, Virgo, they don't fight fair. So especially if there's a legal issue, I'd be very careful with this. Also be very careful about their motives for coming back in to talk to you, because I feel like they're going to come in this way, like, oh, we can settle this, you know, let's end this. But in reality, they're not being completely honest. They're trying to get away with something. They feel powerless in the situation. Part of that is because they're holding you fully accountable for everything instead of holding themselves equally accountable. And maybe it was you. I don't know. I wasn't there in your relationship. But I feel like what's going to happen is it's going to seal the deal for you. You're going to be like, yeah, I'm not dealing with this person anymore. Just know that it's rooted in insecurity, if that makes you feel any better. But I feel like you're going to kind of cut this person off. You've already been releasing them, letting them go. I feel like you don't feel that this relationship could ever grow. It could ever become, you know, the dream that you thought it was going to be at some point. And I feel like you're going to go into non-communication. You really don't want this connection. I can see it clearly in your energy. You might be a little bit up in the air about what direction you want to move in, but you don't have any conflict about moving, you know, about wanting to be with this person. It's clear that you don't. I see with Judgment in reverse that you're like done and done here. But whatever is still tying the two of you together, there's going to be communication about it. I just don't feel like this person's being completely honest and upfront with you. And I'm not seeing that in your energy. So I do feel like it's going to lead to an argument. There's going to be some kind of an argument about a love situation. And that's hard to say. I guess you'd have to just, you know, it depends upon your particular situation. But I will tell you, this person does not fight fair. They are angry. And even if they're coming towards you, acting like they don't want to continue this fight or this argument, they're actually angry and very, they're going to continue the fight. You're just going to cut them off. You're not even going to talk to them. And I feel like you're going to retreat and you're going to try to heal your energy here. Now, some of you do have a new person in your life as well. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Swords in the upright. So that clarity that you're having a hard time getting to, and because remember, they have the Ace of Swords in the reverse. That clarity you've been having a hard time, the truth, it's going to come out. There's going to be truth. There's going to be clarity. But this person's going to put you through the paces to get it. So let me pull an oracle card for you, and we'll see if there's any further advice. All right, you have number 21, healing, and that's exactly where you're going, is towards healing energy. So let me read that for you. It says, illness and pain in your body is a message for you to slow down, look within, and make important changes. If you are experiencing stress, feeling overwhelmed, see that overwhelmed card, or suffering ailments in your body, or feeling exhausted and depressed, it means that your body is trying to communicate with you. Your body wants you to start treating it in a more loving manner and listening to the messages it is sending you. You need to become conscious of the areas in your life that you're avoiding or suppressing. Healing takes time. It's a process. Your first step towards healing is to create a safe, loving, supportive environment where you can listen to your inner wisdom. And I have to say, Virgo, that looks like that's what you're doing. You're just kind of dipping. You're taking a break from it all. You're letting all of this go. So I feel like that is necessary for you. I think it's a really good decision. And I would not engage in any kind of communication with this person because it's going to be very hostile. All right, I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have resonated with this reading, Virgo, please hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. And until I see you guys in your next reading, know that you are loved, and namaste.